Yeah, Mike, people love it when we get into the difficult issues, and particularly they like our forays into politics. Those have always gone over fantastic. I think we're due to have this conversation today. Um, and if memory serves, you discovered this gem and shared it with me. So tell your tale of discovery. We'll share with our friends this little story.
So this is not Kelly and I don't really venture into politics on this show. This is not us backing or denouncing a particular party or candidate. This is just a funny thing in this sad, awful thing we call a government. And I think that's something we can all get behind. This this evolving train wreck that is our government. This is what we've stooped to now. This isn't a party thing. This isn't a candidate thing. This is a wow, we're terrible thing. Let's can we start over?
Yeah. I'm not sure if you replaced all the players with chimpanzees, that the results would be significantly different than what we get today.
Uh, so there some people in the Republican Party, some of the larger mouthpieces of it, have made comments about politicians who don't have families, and that's created kind of a weird issue because some of them actually don't have families. So that's problematic when you're backing that viewpoint that somebody who doesn't have a family shouldn't be a politician, shouldn't be in power, shouldn't be weighing in on certain issues when that also describes you. I don't know about you, Kelly, but the obvious solution to that, hire a family.
Yeah, that makes sense. Put those campaign dollars to work. Yeah, and so that's what Derek Anderson, congressional candidate for the 7th District of Virginia, did. Um, and I think probably at some point, as we've been talking about it, you've seen a fine picture of Derek, and what you might assume is his family, but there's more to this story.
It gets better.
Yes, as Mike mentioned, he hired him. So for the photo shoot. Um, so I don't know who he's thinking he was fooling. I don't know the thought process of this overall. Um, I think that there's a PR guy, whoever his PR guy is earning his money right now because I'm like, okay, so you do this, yeah, you go to OnlyFans or wherever you pick up families. I don't know if there's like a OnlyFans family thing you can
Only
do.
families.
Only, yeah, only families you can do that. So you bring them in, and we should start only families. That'd be big money coming for us. Um, but so he hired a well scrubbed looking group of folks to stand by him in a traditional family pose, kind of a group shot outside and one by the dinner table. Except they were from only families, so allegedly, you know, or some or something similar. Um, but so this press guy, so that happens. I don't know. And I had through my past responsibilities gone through media training and stuff like that to say, okay, if you're getting interviewed and you got things to do here's approaches to take and things to do. But even with a fair amount of training from some actually really good media folks, uh, I was at a bit of a loss in terms of what to do here. But I said props to the PR guy because he was basically just coming in. Well, of course he took this picture. Every candidate's putting out pictures, and so pictures with them and female district members,
And their children.
and their children that just happen to be their families in their shot. But it's just a shot of him with a family unit because everybody's doing it. Um, So that was you know, I think it's about the best you could do. It's still horrible. It's still, I mean, it still doesn't is as unconvincing it can be as a rationale, but it's it's at least props for trying. And I think everybody's pulling for him at that point to say, "What are you gonna do here?" It's like, well, that's good. That's a good try. It's not true at all. It's like you really got nothing to say. So that was bad. We executed on a really bad idea. Sorry. I don't
Yeah,
know.
there's a couple of layers to this, to what Kelly was saying. There's multiple photos of him with this family. They're in a campaign video of them around the dinner table together. So my first question, right? When you see that they're building a backstory to the fake family, dinners together, going to campaign rallies and things like that, what's the end game here? Like if he gets elected, do they live with him? Like where does this end? Do they have to stage a public divorce? Like what happens? Like this was obviously that's my first question. Like this was obviously not thought out at all of where this was going to go. Or were they just like, oh, we'll just ditch them and nobody will ever ask what happened to your whole family once you get elected? That's part one. The second part of this is if you keep reading the article, he has a girlfriend. That's not her. And I'm picturing the conversation that's like, hey, I need a family to fit a certain image. So I need like a wife. And she's probably like, great, I'll be your wife. Not you though.
No, no, this
Like,
needs to be, she needs to be appealing to the voters, dear.
yeah, not you. Somebody that people will like.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause you could still, you can still go, yeah, that's yeah, absolutely. And then we still got to bluff with the kids. We still got to go to only families and, get the minor kind of package. But at least you'd save some money because he would have done that. Um, but yeah, that I hadn't really thought about it, but yeah, that's not going to be current. Well, he had a fiance, have to see how this plays
that's
out.
that's the conversation I really want to hear. Not even the pitch for this or what the game plan was. It's him going to his real life girlfriend and saying, I found a fake wife because she's just gonna pull better than you. So she's moving in for a few years.
Yeah, that
That's
does.
the conversation I want to hear.
Yeah, and if he thought he was in a tough political fight, buckle up, Buttercup, because it ain't gonna be good. Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it, but that is a really tough conversation because it's like, well, I need to show people that there's a significant I have a partner and they're important to me and I love you and I know we're going to get married, but I'm going to use someone else for the campaign. Um, can't be good. And his dog, I don't think his dog made any of his dog's got to be mad. You know, he's gonna take a hunk out of the leg at one of these points to kind of express his displeasure. So yeah, it was interesting to see. So Mike and I have still we're batting around the idea of what we might do on election night. But if we end up doing something on election night, we will be closely watching the seventh district in Virginia because it'll be Derek coming out with a black eye, really grumpy, not we person we've never seen in a photo before nearby, um, and we'll have to see. Not good on there.
He
Yeah,
might have gotten two X's in one article.
yeah, did go through. Yeah, and I think, so maybe though your question earlier, is this a short game or a long game? I think it is a long game because I think only families, if you do like a longer subscription, you can get a discount. So he may have done that. So that at least for it's 2-year term, I think. So he probably got the fake family locked in from there. But
I
whatever
also,
he go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm a humble man.
Yes. Yeah, that
I would never try and take credit for things. I would never talk about my importance in the grand scheme of life. But if we
yeah,
were
you're a
going
you're
to,
a humble man on a YouTube channel with a like counter. Continue.
humble man, if I was going to though, just out of the blue, say something positive about myself and my contribution to the world. There's one politician who hired a fake spouse to stand by their side already. During the pandemic, I was mayor of Hell, Michigan for a day. Kelly was my vice mayor. I know that's not what it's called. This is American politics.
That's right. You have broad authority as mayor for a day.
Yeah, it's whatever I say it's called.
I was the viciest mayor there, vice mayor there was.
He viced so hard. No vice mayor's ever viced like this man before. And because my actual then girlfriend, now wife,
Hey, you
has
did
a
this.
real
I just thought about it. You actually did
that's
this.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting to. My actual girlfriend, now wife, has a real job and couldn't appear with me as mayor of hell for the day on 420. She That wouldn't go really well with her reputable position. I had to get a stand-in. And luckily, our good friend Nikki Bilderbeck was that stand-in for me. So really, you could say that actual real American politics is now following my lead.
Right. So that's the story you told her was you've got a real job. You didn't want to say, look, I can put Nikki Bilderback beside me here and make my
Like,
mayorship
let
mean
me be
something.
married to Nikki Bilderbeck.
Take a look. I can pretend to be married to her for a day. How about that? Um, and while all that was fake, the one thing that wasn't fake was Nikki was drinking heavily that day. I could tell that just even the concept was like, I think I need to lubricate. So she did.
But I just want to point out, real politicians are now taking my lead. You should all be so afraid of where this country is heading.
That's kind of true. So
A real politician, whether he's consciously aware of this or not, is copying what the guy who made Evil Bong did on 420 during a publicity stunt for his album called Session, which is a weed reference. And they're literally doing the thing that I did. The real GOP.
yep. And so we'll 'cause we did a show. I think we did a show on your mayorship.
Yep.
And so we'll kind of make that the end card video so folks can go check that out.
I'm
And
going
you're
to pitch
probably
a new
wondering,
shirt, Kelly.
hmm?
We're the founding fathers now.
Yeah, I have to start wearing a powdered wig. Gotta do it, what all these things are. But yeah, so as if you'd like to potentially listen to other shows with Mike being humble and not self-promoting and all that, there's one other one. There's several on our channel. And so um best way to probably sort through that would be to subscribe. That'd be a good way to go. Hit the bell so you can be notified the next time Mike's going to be humble. You'll also be notified when we publish a video, and those don't coincide. So these will be two different things. But hit that bell. Check out Hard No. It's the world's shortest podcast. We'll brag about that because that's true. It's got a gazillion episodes, so that's fun. And there's t-shirts to be had on our merchandise site. So check that out as well. All those links in the description. You can find it. Check out the Mayor from Hell video. It's a good one from back in the day. Yeah, I think we were operating on a different name at that point in time.
We
Uh,
were.
so uh, So it wasn't so the Bog Panda references will be slight, minimal, non-existent, but still worth watching. So check out. Yeah, totally excellent callback. And yeah, you were ahead of your time. Although it doesn't look like it worked out better for you. So we'll see. But we'll
I
see on
haven't seen
election
Gary
night.
Holt from Slayer say anything about this guy.
Yeah, you'd have been. Yeah, where was he? So, oh, cool. Well, thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Bog Panda.